Hi, ladies and gents. Welcome to CEO Meets. I'm delighted to be joined today by Paul Lewis from Pitman Training. Hey, Paul, how you doing?
Yeah, morning, Pip. Doing really well. Thank you very much.
So talk to us a little bit about Pitman Training, what it does in the marketplace, and how long it's been established, because its roots stretch back miles, don't they?
Sorry, Pip. Yeah, so Pitman's been around for 180 years. It's been, providing office-based training for adults. So I guess our heritage is all around adult learning. So how can we help people to carve out a new career, or maybe get a promotion, or work their way up a job ladder? So yeah, we're in the market of adult learning, adult education, and it's something that I'm very, very passionate about. So most people would have heard of Pitman Training from Isaac Pitman, when he devised the shorthand methodology, really revolutionized how people could write up to 80 or 100 words per minute. And even to this day, people are still buying and downloading shorthand books from Isaac Pitman.
Fantastic. Now, you've not been around for quite as long as Pitman Training, but you've certainly been in the sector for more than 15 years now. So what is it that makes you really passionate about franchising?
I think lots of things, Pip. I love the model. I love helping entrepreneurs to change their lives through the power of franchising. That's one of my kind of personal preferences. And what I do like is the kind of win-win-win scenario, how the franchisor wins when it grows a successful network, how the franchisees win because they're buying into a successful model, but also how the customers win as well. I think in my own experience, customers get a better service, better experience from a franchise brand than I guess a traditional brand. That's my personal opinion, but I think most would agree with me on that.
Absolutely. In the last 12 months, we've absolutely seen strengthening of relationships between franchisor and franchisee, but also franchisee and customer, making sure that the brand is absolutely at the center of franchisees' thoughts. Now, you don't just have the one brand, do you? There's a second brand that you're looking to bring to the marketplace at the moment.
Yeah, that's right. It's if I kind of put it in context for you, Pip. So our parent company, who I'm MD of the parent company for Europe. It's a company called Launch Life International. So Launch Life was started around about 5 or 6 years ago, and with the mission of becoming the leader in education through a franchise model on a global scale. So we started off with a couple of adult learning brands, including Pitman Training and Academy of Learning over in North America. And then we acquired School is Easy, which we can touch on. So that's come to the UK last year and Ireland, and we're expanding that really well. And we're looking later this year to bring Engineering for Kids. That was one of the brands we acquired, another children education brand, all about STEM, STEM learning, and using, kind of cool techniques and skills to teach children, how they can have fun with, science and technology, engineering and mathematics. So it's, that's later this year.
Sounds awesome. Much different to what you're doing at the moment then.
Yeah, but I guess still under the banner of education. And if, I wind back to the Launch Life, the actual reason, that we went with that name is because it's helping people launch their lives through the power of education. I think that's so important, especially given the year we've just had. I think you've seen adults upskilling and trying to, better themselves or maybe change their careers as a result of the pandemic, but also children as well, with the learning loss and schools and classrooms being closed and parents doing their best to homeschool. That whole private tutoring and trying to bolster children's education has become really, a real priority for a lot of parents now.
So is the last sort of 9-12 months been busier for you because of supporting where the schools have been closed?
Yeah, I guess, if I look at Pitman and School is Easy, our current brands in the UK. Pitman's been busy, I would say as busy as ever. We've been, I guess, busier getting to grips with delivering it online rather than in centre, which is what we're used to doing. So that we had the technology, so we were ready to go with that. So we were really proud of how Pitman came through 2020 and now into 2021. And we're really poised for growth because a lot of adults are looking to change careers and really push on now that you know, the pandemic is hopefully winding to an end. And yeah, on the School is Easy side, I think it was a perfect storm to be launching School is Easy in, you know, July of 2020. Yeah, we couldn't have timed it better. If I'm honest with you, the phones have been, you know, ringing off the hook, and we've had franchisees joining because they know that it's a brand that they can really, you know, really make some success with and really run with it.
So aside from growth, what are your big plans for the next 12 months?
Yeah, I guess it does come back to that, you know, growth word, doesn't it? We're looking at, for Pitman, if I concentrate on Pitman, more territories, and we know that will come from our existing network in part because, you know, they're seeing the opportunity and they're excited about the direction that we're now on. And the other, you know, growth in territories will come from brand new franchisees, of course. And apart from that, just doing everything we do a little bit better. You know, we've got a fantastic business. It's always been a fantastic business. So my job is now just to, you know, really build on that and add some innovation and marketing in a big way, because I think, you know, we've got so much going for us and we weren't really shouting about it all that well. I think when you've got a big, well-known brand, it can, you need to shout about it. How much do you, you know, sort of focus on your marketing effort? I think we need the younger generation to understand what we do. The older generation, with the greatest respect, seem to know, you know, seem to have a connection with Pitman Training, but that younger generation certainly need more brand awareness from us. So that's the plan now over the next year.
Well, I hope that's something we can support with, because we are hugely passionate about encouraging that younger generation into franchising, because it doesn't matter whether they're looking to become a franchisee, a franchisor, or even work in franchising. Knowing that it is a business model and something that they can be a part of is so important. So our big aims certainly over the next year are about supporting educational institutions to understand more about franchising as a model. I have one final question for you, Paul. You've been around, as we said, for more than 15 years in franchising. So for someone considering franchising as their next step, what would be your top tip for them?
You're restricting me to one, Pip. One top tip for someone getting into franchising.
I'll let you have two if you're lucky.
Okay. Well, I would absolutely have to say you must do your due diligence. You know, don't rush in. Check out whatever franchises you're looking at. I would do your due diligence and try and think outside the box. Yeah, speak to the franchisor, but speak to the franchisees. Maybe even, if you can, do a mystery shop, you know, like even put yourself in the customer's shoes and try and look at the business you're interested in from every angle. So ask all those, you know, difficult questions and make sure you're getting, you know, insight into that business. But if I can go for a number two, I would say be careful not to just buy into a company that you like the look of, because I think sometimes people fall in love with the business concept and then try to justify it working for them, or just convince themselves that it would work for them, but not always as a consumer. That, you know, I hope I'm getting my point across. You know, check out the business is commercially sound. You can make proper money as well as enjoy it. If you can do both, then that's absolutely magic.
Absolutely. I always think it's people need to find something they're passionate about, but you know, you've got to have that realistic understanding of what is it that I'm going to do every day, because sometimes we do get potential franchisees that have that kind of rose-tinted view of you know, what they're actually going to do. I'm going to run my own business, but you need to understand the do every day, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely that. So, but no, it's, you know, it's a big leap of faith for anybody doing it, and I think just do your homework and take your time. You know, there's usually no rush.
Absolutely. Paul, thank you so much for your time today. It's been really nice chatting to you, and we look forward to supporting your journey of growth in the next 12 months.
Thanks, Pip. Same to you. Good luck to the BFA.